What was supposed to be a fun, kid-free mom vacation to the Bahamas became a trip these two Kentucky moms will remember. With only vaguely remembering the experience, Amber Shearer and Dongela Dobson were allegedly drugged and sexually assaulted when they stopped on the Grand Bahama Island during the Carnival cruise. Dobson's statement, "I barely remember glimpses of his face. I don't remember everything. I remember enough that he was a staff worker, had a goatee, and he was a local." The two had a 2-for-1 drink special that was given to them by the staff, which turned into an intoxicated situation as they immediately began to feel ill. One of the survivors' parents said in the GoFundMe post that they were video chatting from the beach the morning of the alleged attack. "They were having a drink and enjoying themselves, but they seemed off. I thought it was probably just a connection or me," Frankie King, the fundraiser's organizer, said in the post. "Barely an hour later, I received the most horrifying text of my life. Call us now, we've been drugged and raped." The two women claimed they lost consciousness and then were assaulted by the resort staff. With pictures of minor bruises on their legs and a positive test result for various drugs, the two women resulted in the arrest of the two men aged 54 and 40. These two women told ABC News that the arrests are not enough and are demanding more justice.
These moms thought they were on a dream vacation in paradise until it turned into the holiday from hell.
I ran and I was screaming.
Amber Shearer and her best friend Dongela Dobson were on a mom's getaway, taking a Carnival cruise to the Bahamas.
No kids, no men, just us. Like we're back at 4-H camp.
That's where we met, 4-H camp in 4th grade.
The two moms say they were having a great time until the last day of their vacation. That's when they left the cruise ship and went ashore. They say they were looking for seashells on the beach when a staff member from the resort offered them a 2-for-1 drink special, which they accepted. Then another staff member said he could guide them to where the best shells were located.
It was the worst decision we've ever made.
We noticed, like, we're starting to feel these drinks pretty strongly.
Do you think those drinks were drugged?
Oh, most certainly.
They absolutely were drugged.
The friends tell me they have only limited memories of what happened next.
I came to being raped by my assailant.
I remember being pushed down. I vaguely remember the guy's face and the facial hair.
The moms say they were both left covered in bruises and tested positive for the presence of sedatives and other drugs back on the ship. The mom's ordeal comes less than 2 weeks after the U.S. State Department issued a Level 2 advisory warning American tourists to exercise increased caution in the Bahamas due to crime. 18 people were slain just in January, most victims of gang warfare. Were you aware of the State Department travel warning for tourists?
No. After we left the infirmary back to our rooms, after we have done full rape kits, that's when our family notified us.
Nicholas Gerson is their attorney.
The law requires cruise lines to warn about dangerous conditions that they know or should have known about.
Bahamian police say they have arrested 2 suspects.
Carnival says they routinely share guidance to guests about keeping safe while on shore, adding that they are cooperating with the Bahamian police in the investigation.
But there has recently been an update of these two mothers who claimed this assault. The Bahamas resort where it occurred said that the woman's account of what happened does not match up to its security footage. Dobson and Shears said they were assaulted in broad daylight by staffers at the Private's Cove and relaxing on the beach while their Carnival cruise ship was docked on the Grand Island in the Bahamas. These longtime friends said after they were offered the drinks, they were ushered by a staff member into a secluded area to look for seashells. And then, Shearer says, she came to while she was being sexually assaulted by the man in a uniform. "We didn't know there was a travel advisory until 4 hours after we were raped," the woman told local news outlet Lex 18, adding they were never made aware of the advisory before the trip. But the two women have started a GoFundMe page to raise $10,000, although the company where the alleged incident took place said video evidence contradicts some of their claims. Pirates Cove did not elaborate, but said in a statement, upon further review of the surveillance videos, the allegations made on site, social media posts, and news stories conflict with what the time-stamped surveillance videos contain. As such, the lengthy videos of all concerned have been handed over to the local police and will be shared with our industry partners as needed. Police on Wednesday also disputed some of the women's claims, denying that they were denied rape kits. Police said the women, Amber Shearer and Dangela Dobson, refused medical help. These girls were just trying to enjoy a well-deserved girls' weekend, which turned into a nightmare, leaving them with psychological trauma, the GoFundMe page for the women said. To add to that is the financial strain of missing work and expensive meds and counseling.
There's a new twist in the case of two Kentucky moms who say they were drugged and raped while on vacation in the Bahamas by two resort staffers. The two friends, covered in cuts and bruises, say it happened on their last day of a 4-day Carnival cruise while they were docked in the Bahamas. But now officials from that resort claim the women's account of what happened does not match their security footage. It all comes from officials from the Bahamas and Jamaica, and right now they're pushing back against U.S. travel warnings. Correspondent Laura Engel joins us live. Laura, you have some new reaction, and this reaction is from local police.
Right. Well, we are now getting dueling stories about this alleged incident, which is not to take away from the very serious allegations from these two mothers from Kentucky. But now there are reports that the excursion company that was involved in the women's offshore visit in the Bahamas is disputing their claims, saying they have video that doesn't match up. Now, Amber Shearer and Dangela Dobson said they were assaulted in broad daylight by staffers after they were given drugged cocktails, allegedly, during a beach excursion by resort staffers when they made a stop off their Carnival cruise line last weekend. The two say they were ushered to a beach to look for seashells by these staffers when they lost consciousness and woke up to their assaults in progress by two resort employees, they say. A spokesperson for that resort now telling news agencies that the women's account of what happened does not match their security footage. This, as the Royal Bahamian Police Force did issue a statement yesterday saying their investigation and them looking at videos led to the immediate arrest of two adult males connected to this case. So there's two people in custody right now. Shearer and Dobson, along with their attorney, telling Chris Cuomo earlier this week about the details of their assault, their anger over not being warned. There was a travel advisory for the Bahamas from the U.S. State Department by Carnival Cruise due to increased violence and assault in the Bahamas, in addition to sharing the aftermath of how the authorities in the Bahamas handled them after their alleged rapes occurred. Listen.
They had us change out of the one-piece swimsuits that we were wearing into our swimsuit covers.
Threw them in Walmart bags.
They told us if we wanted any justice, any rape kits or anything, we would have to go to the Bohemian hospital. However, the U.S. Embassy had already refused to help us. We would be stuck there and we would be on our own.
All right, so Carnival Cruise Lines released the following statement to News Nation, saying in part, quote, our onboard care team provided support for the two guests as they sailed back to Jacksonville. Bahamian police are investigating the matter, and Carnival is providing our full cooperation. Shearer and Dobson have shared photos of cuts and bruises all over their legs and said when they took toxicology tests on the ship, the results showed they had a wide range of drugs in their system and nearly zero alcohol in their systems as well. So there is a lot more going on with this story. We continue to follow it, and we'll bring you more as we get it.
With the footage not adding up, these women are starting to look like a bunch of liars that planned this outcry to gain sympathy from the victim funding supporters. This story has many comments about the situation like, something doesn't sound right. I don't believe them. I'm not buying it. Don't be drinking with strange men, especially when you leave your men at home. If they called that they were drinking spiked drinks, why isn't the alcohol in their system? It's a red flag to me, but the video footage needs to be released. They also need to release which drugs were in their system. I think the truth might lie between two stories. Something consensual might have taken a turn. Under the influence of alcohol, you consent to things you later regret. Also, so why? They already have a GoFundMe. Something sounds off about this whole thing. And last, if this all turns out to be a lie, these women can just move on with their lives without any consequences. And I can agree with many of these comments. If the allegations are true, there should be evidence of such happening to them. And if not true, these women should be charged for false allegations against the men, as the men were quickly arrested with just a worker uniform and goatee as their description. That believe all women is why the arrest took place as fast as it did, because men are considered guilty before proven innocent. These ladies already had a GoFundMe set in place as they went on a trip, so I definitely find this suspicious. And the fake tear-jerking with blaming the cruise of this taking place instead of being aware that not all places in the world are safe places. Mothers of children who are more concerned with having a day off from a duty they were given, that they risk their own safety going on a cruise to feel like single women again. You know, I tell you what, ladies, all these city girl acts and Travelicia experiences y'all want so bad is definitely going to teach y'all all a lesson, because men are highly aware of the dangers that lurk behind instant fun and leaving without the logical thought of what can happen when you're not with a man. You'll get a rude awakening. Men know evil. Men know other men can be evil. Now, being that this is still under investigation, I'm going to assume that we will get a follow-up on this story. And once we do, I'll be sure to review it. But what do y'all think? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell on your way out to alert you for all new updates. If you like news reports like this, leave a comment in below. And you can send me requests as well of what to review. And as always, I thank you all for watching.